Team, what's up? Today we're going to finish talking about your group project and the people you need to have on your team. Yesterday we talked about having a mentor and a coach. Today we're going to talk about two more relationships that can be very beneficial for your group project and one relationship that you need to avoid at all costs. The first one we're going to talk about is an accountability partner or accountability group. Although a coach would be very beneficial to have for the reasons that we mentioned in our last session, not everyone can afford to hire a coach right now, but what everybody can get for free is accountability. You can get accountability from a friend, a coworker, a family member, a Facebook group, community apps, church, the gym. Listen, my wife found her accountability partner in a neighborhood group chat for moms. So if you're not able to get a coach to hold you accountable, you should at least have an accountability partner or be in some type of accountability group. And one thing you can do to find one is to make it known that you're looking for one, because they might find you. It could be as simple as posting on social media that you're looking for an accountability partner to help you with whatever goals you have, because there might be someone with the same goals who was looking for a partner as well. Of course, you'll need to vet one another to determine if you're a good fit, but it could be as simple as that. And if you are that person who can't afford a coach right now, you'll definitely need an accountability partner or group, because they'll be able to provide you with some of the things you'll need to help you accomplish your goals, like motivation, like support, like feedback, like advice, and most importantly, accountability. You need that accountability because it adds another layer of responsibility to your project. So every time you think about taking your foot off the gas, you won't just be letting yourself down, you'll be letting your partner down, your group down, the team down, the community down. So make sure you have however many people you need to hold you accountable, because you don't want to let yourself or the team down. The next group of people you want on your team are the naysayers. We all know what a naysayer is. They're your doubters, the cynics, the critics, your haters. They're the people who don't believe in you and will let you and everyone else know about it. But I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about your naysayers. Naysayers are the very opposite of the naysayers. They're the people who believe in you, who support you, who cheer you on, who celebrate when you win, and encourage you to get up when you fall. Your naysayers are the people that think more of you than you think of yourself. They see things in you that you can't even see. These are the people who really believe that you can do anything. And they're invaluable. I know this from my own personal experience. A number of years ago, I met an individual who was over the multimedia division of a global enterprise, and we hit it off immediately. For some reason, we just connected and had a very high view of each other. And one day, out of the blue, he approached me with an opportunity to work on a project that was going to impact millions of people around the world. And to this day, it still blows my mind that he even asked me, because he could have found someone with much more experience and talent than me. But he saw something in me that made him think that I was the perfect person for the job. And anytime I question myself, I think about how much he believed in me. I think about how much responsibility he entrusted in me. And it always gives me a boost of confidence, because if he thought I could do it, then maybe I could. That's what a naysayer can do for you. Their faith in you can help you rise to a level you didn't even think you could reach. Because you and I both know that sometimes we're the ones holding ourselves back from opportunities that we're either already prepared for or that we could grow into. And that's when the naysayers come in and encourage us, talk us up, and let us know that we've got what it takes. So if you have some naysayers that are already in your circle, hold them close, because you're going to need them. But if you're looking for some, know that you've got a group of naysayers here in FGS that will be cheering you along every step of the way. The last thing I want to do before we end this session is to warn you against listening to negative voices. For as long as we've been together, one of the things that I've always tried to convey was the power of positivity, having faith that things will get better, turning obstacles into opportunities, believing that if it can be done, you can do it. You have to maintain a positive attitude, because nothing positive ever comes from negative people. And there's more than enough research in just about every field of study to show that being positive will benefit you in every aspect of your life. So we don't need to harp on that point. But being positive isn't always easy, especially when you're forced to deal with negative situations. And we already talked about the fact that negative situations, setbacks, are going to come up as a natural part of this process. You're going to make some mistakes. Something outside of your control is going to throw you off. You may experience a family emergency that takes your attention away for a while. I can promise you, something is going to come up. And I need you to hear me right now. Because it's when you're dealing with negativity, setbacks, doubt. It's when there's questions, when there's uncertainty, that you have to guard your mind against the negative voices that are going to try to creep in and cast doubt. These voices can come from anywhere, at any time, and from anyone. So you need to understand, especially when you're dealing with setbacks and the uncertainty that they bring, that you can't listen to everybody, even if they have good intentions. Come on, y'all, I need you to hear me. Because I can promise you that this is going to happen. I don't care if it's a close friend, a parent, a mentor, a trusted advisor. I don't care who it is. Everyone has the potential to cast doubt, to discourage, and to make you second guess what you're doing. And a lot of the times, they're doing it to try to protect you. Y'all ain't hearing me. They're doing it to try to protect you because they don't want you to fail. They don't want you to embarrass yourself. They're trying to get you to reconsider because it may not work out. And you should thank God that you have people in your life who love you enough to try to keep you from hurting yourself. So you shouldn't look at them like they have bad intentions, because they don't. But they don't have your vision. They don't have your convictions, and they don't have your dreams. So even though they may have good intentions, they still fall under the category of negative voices, and you can't listen to them. Now, please don't think that I'm saying that you shouldn't listen to wisdom and allow those close to you to give you advice, because this is still a group project. And I'm not suggesting that you go rogue and forget about everything we've been talking about related to your community. But if you are confident that what you're doing is the right thing, if you are convinced that what you're going after is part of your destiny, if you are certain that you're on the right path, then you have to stay the course. Let the chips fall where they may and ignore whoever it is that's trying to stop you. Now, if you're not a believer, that's fine. Take this as an object lesson. But as a man of faith, I can't help but to think about the story of Jesus in his last days. This man knew that people were plotting to kill him, but he was confident that he was doing the right thing. He knew that he was about to suffer, but he was convinced that it was a part of his destiny. He knew that he had to do this all by himself, but he was certain that the path that he was on was the path that he had to take. So when one of his best friends, a yaysayer, his ace, a member of his inner circle, someone who affirmed him, someone who trusted him, someone who followed him, and someone who was trying to protect him from himself, tried to get him to reconsider what he was doing by pulling him aside, by chastising him, and telling him that this wasn't the way. His friend Peter did that because he loved Jesus. He did that because he really cared. He did that because he wanted to save Jesus. But bad things can come from good intentions. And Jesus had to look past his good intentions, ignore his genuine concerns, and double down on his purpose. When things aren't looking good, when there's a ton of uncertainty, and those negative voices begin to cast doubt on your mission, even if they're coming from people who really love you and people who really care about you, you have to remember that you didn't come this far just to come this far. The job isn't done, and you have to stay on the road to your destiny. So stay positive. Keep your head up. Remember why you're here in the first place. Stand on your convictions no matter what. And don't let anyone cast doubt on your project. Because if it can be done, you're the one who has to do it. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.